Everyone, Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Chemlock League, and we're in the league championships for the third year in a row. The Outlaws just don't quit, even when you think they will. They fight. They have a little bit left in them, and they managed to overcome the Burners in round two of the playoffs. And we'll be facing off against the Ungulates here in the league championship finals. So we're going to have to give it our all here in our last chance to keep the team for another year. I've already set the lineup, so let's get into this one. Babshishin starting in center. Cannon Avery will get the start at third, and he's locked in right now. He'll hit in the 2 spot, followed by Rock Quintana, locked in the 3 spot, followed by Tony Centercut DHing today. Elias Hensley will get the start in at first base. He's locked in. Justice Cologne's still tense, so she is going to sit this one out. Ramon Lee comes back into the lineup. He'll get the start at short at in the 6th spot, followed by Jedediah Anger, who will get the start in left field and bat 7. Buck B will bat 8th, and he will get the start in this one as well, catching. And then lastly, Liliana Fowler will get the start in right field as Braden Sorelli is still tense. There was a scenario in which I kept Justice Cologne in, and I had Tony Centercut in right field. I just am going to lean on the production from the rest of the lineup here, and I'm going to let Liliana Fowler get the start in right field for her better defense and speed versus what Tony Centercut would do in right field, which would be not much. So that's how we're going to get things started. We will be heading to the Tiger Den as we are home for this 3-game series. Let's hope we only make it 2 games. In all 3 of the championship series, we've had to go to 3 games. We'll see what happens in this one as the Ungulates come in with a on-fire third baseman. We'll see what ends up coming of that. The Ungulates with that bright green and black, so really interesting color scheme for them. And they'll get the start with Swindle Bennett, their right fielder. It comes in locked in, 294 average with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. We're starting with a high pressure situation. Rince Shaw has his ERA doesn't look great, but he has pitched decently well for us in the playoffs. And we're going to need him to put up a really great performance here. And that one will be popped to third. Cannon Avery calling it, catching it out number 1. Good start for Rince Shaw. Now he has to deal with Blakely Power Slide. The left fielder is on fire, batting .222 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Really interesting. I wonder how she got that as she sends a first pitch CCs into deep center field, and that's a home run. I hate that wall right there as it hits off the base of that wall, and it's going to get out. Also, Braden Sorelli put no effort into that one, so that's going to be a solo shot. That was a first pitch prayer, and her prayers were answered as the Ungulates get the early lead here in game 1. Crash Turncoat will come in. He's also locked in, batting .400 on the year. No home runs or RBIs for him. Swings through strike 2 there. And Rince Shaw able to shake off the solo home run. He is not tense. Nice leaping effort from Elias Hensley at first base, but it goes foul. That one misses the bottom of the zone. They didn't get the call. 2-2 and popped foul out of play. Rince will get the dribbler to first base. Elias Hensley with a nice scoop and step on first for out number 1, and that's going to drop Turncoat's mojo. Muhammad Turnpike comes up tense. He's batting .188. He is the catcher for this team. He was a guy we were looking at during the offseason, if I remember correctly. And he'll get ahead in the count 2-1 here with 2 outs and pull 1 foul. So it's going to be 2-2. Rince Shaw trying to get out of the inning. Won't get him to chase there. Composed activates and walks him anyways. So he's pissed at himself. He knows he made a mistake to power slide, and he's mad that he gave up that home run there, that walk there. And Ashley Ariano, former dive bomber, she is very familiar with being in this situation, and she really punished the Outlaws pitching staff last year in the championship series for the dive bombers. But this time Rince gets the best of her as he's able to rinse off that inning and try and start fresh next time out. He gave up 1 hit and 1 walk, the 1 hit being a solo home run to power slide, their hottest hitter right now, and she remains hot. Dalton Babshishin comes in, neutral mojo, and will swing at the first pitch he sees. It's going to carry, but it's not going to get all the way out there as he does not have enough power to push that one. Crash Turncoat catches it about a step away from the warning track for out number 1. Cannon Avery, locked in right now, has been using his magic hands to keep his mojo up with his defense. Skinner on the mound here. Havoc Skinner with Tier 2 pick officer. So we're going to hope that our runners don't try to run on him. Cannon getting a hold of a few there, but getting ahead of it. 5-pitch mix for Skinner. 2 fastballs, 3 off-speed pitches, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. And Skinner hits, or I'm sorry, Cannon Avery hits that one hard, but right to the right fielder for out number 2. So Rock Quintana comes up, batting .353 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. He's going to see one of those fastballs first. He's going to gear up for that timing on the off-speed pitches as he sees the slider there for a strike. And there is a fastball, so he was able to time up the fastball and get it into left field for a base hit. So 2-out rally, hopefully, here for the Outlaws. Let's see if we can get at least 1 back. It would be nice if we can get 2 here from Tony Centercut. .556 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. And gets, that was a changeup, apparently. I thought that was a fastball. And that ball misplayed by Havoc Skinner. Tries to get the out at first base, is able to recover and get out of the inning. He does give up a hit, but nothing coming of it. And that's going to be how the first inning goes for both teams. So very tense to get started in this matchup. And the Outlaws will have a little bit of catching up to do here. Gustav Ashley comes to the plate, batting .200. Not a lot going on for him. 1 RBI. Tier 2 Mind Gamer is activated here as he pops out to left field, and calling it is Jedediah Anger, catching for out number 1. Jack Mars, the All-Star, is currently tense, batting .067 with 2 RBIs, no home runs. It's only a matter of time, so we have to be careful with him. Even while he's tense and struggling, we can't underestimate him. 1-2 count here, rinse Shaw ahead, and we'll start working around the edges. That one stays low, and he makes contact to pull foul. And there's strike 3, so Rince Shaw gets the strikeout, and he is feeling a lot better about himself. Cody Cobb now comes to the plate. Has I think that was tier 3. Tier 2 Little Hack, which activates here, batting .375 with a home run and 4 RBIs. The shortstop will pop one, and it's going to get out of play, so that's going to be strike 2. 1-2 count here. Little Hack activates again and swings through strike 3. So Rince Shaw with a nice recovery after the first inning, giving up a home run and a walk. He gets a 1-2-3 quick second inning. And now he's just going to look to see what his offense can do while he sits on the bench and just goes back to kind of planning his next move against this Ungulates offense. All right, Elias Hensley locked in. We'll look to see if he can drive one. And he gets the fastball, but it's going to go right to Ariano at first base. Ashley, I believe, is primarily a third baseman, but she got noodle arm, and so I think they opted to move her over to first base just to kind of prevent that from being an impact. So here comes Ramon Lee, 267, 1 home run, and 3 RBIs, and he grounds out to first base. So Ariano is very active over there at first. Jedediah Anger now comes up, batting .286 with 1 RBI. We brought him in for his bat, and we're hoping he can find something to drive. Instead, he grounds out to Madison Zoner at third base, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Havoc Skinner as he settles in as well. And so this is looking to be a bit of a pitcher's duel in Game 1 with both of the number 3 starters, I believe. And so Madison Zoner comes up. First pitch strike. Oh, Skinner might be their number 2. And there's a ball high. Zoner comes in batting without a hit yet, knocking on wood. Has tier 2 stealer. And with a full count here, Composed will activate. Rince trying to get this out. Yeah, he gets the strikeout there. Zoner will lose some mojo, and the Ungulates turn to the top of their order. Swindle Bennett 0 for 1, still locked in. Takes a first pitch ball. So Rince Shaw has been getting a lot of pitches, or giving up a lot of pitches here. Is already the 45 pitch mark through 3. And so we have to be really careful here about what we see as he gives up a base hit down the left center, or up left center field there. Babshishin will get it in a hurry to hold him to a single, and that's going to be a one out base runner for Blakely Powerslide. She has only seen one pitch so far, and she sent it out to center field for a home run. Volatile gets, oh, that's why. She is Volatile at tier 2, so she is on fire in a hurry. She's going to remain that way. Runner takes off on the hit and run, and Ramon Lee only able to get the out, but nice job from him as he was heading towards second base, has to stop in his tracks, turn back, backhand that one, and the runner was already close to first base, or second base, so he only had the out at 1. And luckily, we were able to get that one. 50 pitches already for Rince. 0-2 count here ahead with 2 outs, and pulls one foul. Crash trying to stay alive. And he dribbles one back to Rince Shaw. Rince Shaw misplays it, but nice backup from Rock Quintana as he comes charging in, gets the ball, and scoops it over to first base for out number 3. So gives up a base hit, but nothing else. And now we will turn to B. Buck. Fastball hitter, as well as rally starter activated here for him. It's only tier 1, but it's something. And 357 average with 3 RBIs. All 3 of those RBIs. And that ball misplayed by Cody Cobb, not able to get up and recover in time. And so it's going to be an infield. I think that might be an error. We'll have to check after this inning ends. But runner reaches, and now Liliana Fowler will fake the bunt and pull back on a ball out of the zone, and then swings for that one, but pops it foul. Not good contact there. And so she'll bunt it, it pops up, but it's going to get down and misplayed. And, oh, man, the catcher misplays it. And so Liliana Fowler, with her great speed, is able to reach on an infield single. Again, I don't know if that's a single or not. We might have to check for an error. But 2 runners on with no outs, and we have yet to see the ball leave the infield. Now, Babshishin, one of our hottest hitters, will come up. Will swing right through that one, a 1-2 count, and Havoc Skinner trying to recover as that ball misses the zone, that looping curveball. 2-2, and Dalton takes strike 3. Oh, dude, that was right there, man. You can't say anything about that. That was a pitch you should have drove. Anyways, he takes strike 3, and now Cannon Avery, who's 0 for 1, I feel like his mojo is just fluctuating up and down this whole game, or this whole tournament. Playoff series. What am I talking about? 1-1 count here. Cannon will send one into deep left center field. It's going to hang up, though, and Crash Turncoat ranges over and catches that. Ball had drive, but it ends up dying right into the glove of Turncoat, and that was so frustrating. If that ball's a little bit lower, he might have been able to get that against the wall. Anyways, we go 0-2. We go 2 outs now. Runners on first and second. Little Hack activates for locked in Rock Quintana. Got a base hit his last time. 0-2 count here. Little Hack is still active. Sends one to deep right field, and it's going to get off the wall and misplayed by Bennett. Runner will score, and Liliana Fowler will hold at third. Rock Quintana with another base hit here, and unfortunately was not able to stretch that into a double, even though he hit it hard enough. But we're going to have first and third for Tony Centercut with 2 outs, and he gets a fastball. It's going to get down in front of the sliding Bennett. Risky move there, as if he slides and misses that, it is all the way to the wall in no man's land, and at least 1 run or 2 runs would score there. But instead, we get a base hit from Tony Centercut. Another run scores. It's 2-1 Outlaws. And Elias Hensley, still locked in, will come up. And he gets a fastball, but grounds right to Cobb. Cobb's going to get the easy out at first, and that ends the inning. But 2 runs come across. Then the Outlaws take the lead halfway through this game. We head to the top of the 4th. And Muhammad Turnpike, who's now rattled after misplaying a bunt in the first in his last inning. Last half inning, excuse me. We'll pop that one up. Is it going to stay in play? Calling it as Jedediah Anger. Leaps up. What a fucking catch from Jedediah Anger, as that was going to get out of play, but he was able to reach over that high wall. And oh my God, that's what it would have looked like if Moises Alou would have been able to catch that ball that that we saw Steve Bartman reach for. It would have looked exactly like that. Holy shit. Rince Shaw gives a tip to the cap to Anger, and then comes in and gets the strikeout. So with 2 outs, here comes Gustav Ashley, 0 for 1. Ball low to start this at bat. Rince Shaw, up over 60 pitches, is looking to just get through this inning. He's locked in right now. And Gustav does have Tier 2 Mind Gamers, so that's going to offset some of that mojo boost. 2-2, and that ball lined right at Ramon Lee for out number 3. So Rince Shaw threw 4 innings, giving up 2 hits, I believe 1 walk, and 1 run scored on the home run. There was 1 error. I don't know if it was I would guess it was an error on Turnpike, the catcher, on that bunt, but it also could have been on the shortstop, Cobb, on the diving play. I would say I would be more forgiving for that diving attempt. Ramon Lee ahead in the count 3-1 against Havoc Skinner, and that's going to be ball 4 as it gets away from Turnpike. He is so rattled right now that he is really struggling to catch the ball, and that might pay dividends for the Outlaws. Still has a strong arm behind the plate, and swinging right through that one is Jedediah. Gets a fastball that he's driving into deep left field. It's carrying, and it's going to get out of here. Jedediah Anger with his first home run as an Outlaw here in the playoffs, and he is able to make the Havoc Skinner pitch disappear in a hurry as he gets it out. Really pissed off on that swing as he drives it and makes this a 4-1 ball game. Excuse me. Says, I'll be your Huckleberry as he rounds the bases, something he's been wanting to say for a while now. And now B-Buck will come up and gets a base hit up the middle, so he is able to actually get it through the infield this time. But same result as last time as he gets a base hit. All right, Liliana Fowler comes up, and she's the one that the bunt was the error. Confirmed, because she has not gotten a hit yet, and she's 1-1 here. Runner on first with no outs. Swings at 1 and fouls it off. Havoc Skinner is tense. This will be his 50th pitch, and pulls it foul out of play. 2-2 count here. Liliana just work the count. Ball 3 way inside. Brushes back. And then, she sees the pitch she should have swung at, but she takes it for strike 3. That's out number 1, and now here comes Dalton Babshishin. 0 for 2 today, has had some bad luck. Kate Berg will come in to replace Havoc Skinner. Kate with a 9.00 ERA here in the playoffs, a 2.67 whip, and 3 strikeouts. She's a long reliever, so she's going to last for a minute, as Babshishin has been really struggling as he grounds out to first base, and Ariano is able to flip the double play despite the noodle arm, is able to get it back to second base and back before the run scores, and that's a very, very before Babshishin reaches first base, and now he looks like he's going to be tense. As that ball, nice diving play from B-Buck as it goes out into the dugout there. 1-1 count for tense Jack Mars. And Rince Shaw still out there. 70th pitch. You'd think he was a workhorse with how much he's pushing on this one. And that one's going to be a ball. So ball hit hard to right field, but Liliana Fowler with great speed closes the gap quickly and catches that for out number 1. Cody Cobb comes up 0 for 1. Rince Shaw will get pulled for Tremendous Navarro. Full stamina for Tremendous. He has been used a lot. And the first pitch he gets, he shatters the bat, and that ball is going to go to third base for out number 2. Madison Zoner with 2 Ds will come up tense, 0 for 1. Tremendous Navarro looking to avoid getting her on base as he gives up a base hit on the first pitch. So he's thrown 2 pitches, and it's going to be a ground out followed by a single. Madison Zoner with tier 2 stealer, so it's going to be really tough to try and get her here if she takes off. Tremendous will watch the runner, gives up a foul ball here to Swindle Bennett, who's still locked in. Max pressure here. Checks on the runner. Safe at first. Tremendous taking his time, changing up his timing to make it harder for Madison to time it. And that is going to be strike 3. Runner did take off, but Tremendous Navarro with a tremendous pitch for out number 3 to end the inning. So the Outlaws will take a 4-1 lead here into the bottom of the 5th inning. Cannon Avery will get things started, batting 154 against Kate Berg. Kate, I believe, may have been a former All-Star. I'll have to do some checking here. Dribbler to the pitcher's mound. Kate Berg comes off, catches that, or gets that over to first easily for out number 1. And yes, Kate Berg was a Ungulate All-Star in season 2. She had an incredible ERA at .67. She also got a .89 whip and 9 strikeouts in 14 innings pitched in year 2. She gets the ground out to Rock Quintana, and now she's locked in against Tony Centercut. She does have a fastball, slider, and a changeup, and gets a fastball there, but it's pushed foul. 1-1 count with 2 outs, is a ball. And there's strike 2 on the changeup. Gets a changeup again and times it perfectly. Pulls it into left field for a base hit. So a 2-out rally here for Tony Centercut. And again, Elias Hensley, who's 0 for 2 today so far, is really looking to see if he can make something happen here to help his team out. He's been getting the fastball, but right at somebody every time. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Runner on first with decent speed. Not good enough to run, but he takes off anyways. And underneath the tag. So, honestly, that's pretty much just a product of the rattled Muhammad Turnpike. And that ball sent into deep right field. Is that ball going to carry? It's going to get caught at the warning track. Swindle Bennett. Bennett reaches up and catches that right up against the wall. Elias Hensley gave it a ride, but not far enough as that dies at the warning track for out number 3. And so it's a good inning for Kate Berg, all things considered. And now power slide, first pitch swinging. First pitch prayer is not answered this time as she grounds out to third base. Easy for out number 1. Crash Turncoat comes up 0 for 2. We're still in max pressure here, so if Tremendous can get locked in, he could probably easily finish this inning out. And he'll get a strike there. 1-1 count with 1 out. Turncoat will take ball 2. Swings through strike 2 on the off-speed pitch. 2-2, and a dribbler to third. Cannon Avery, Mr. Reliable, will get that over to second or first base for out number 2. And game 1 hopes hinge on Muhammad Turnpike. Are they going to pull him here? He's rattled. They're going to keep him in. Max pressure, rattled. Swings to the first pitch and pops it foul. Swings through the second pitch, that fastball high and inside. And swings through strike 3, and that's the ball game. Tremendous Navarro shuts down the Ungulates, and what a game, as it did not start off very well with Rinshaw giving up that solo shot to Blakely power slide. But outside of that, the Outlaws were dominant in this one. The offense showed up where we needed them to, and the pitching absolutely destroyed the Ungulates offense. And that's going to be potentially an opportunity for us to dominate in game 2. We'll have to see how that plays out. But 4 runs on 7 hits for the Outlaws. They get the win over the Ungulates, who go 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. For the Ungulates, they got the home run from power slide. Bennett had a single. He also struck out once. Turncoat 0 for 3 day. Turnpike 0 for 2 day with a walk and a strikeout. He is rattled right now. He probably isn't going to be in game 2. We'll have to see. Ariano 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 0 for 2 for Ashley, for Mars, for Cobb, and a 1 for 2 day for Madison Zoner. For the Outlaws, Not a good start for Babshishin here in the league championship. He goes 0 for 3. He strikes out once. Cannon Avery 0 for 3. Rock Quintana 2 for 3 day with an RBI. That helped. Tony Centercut 2 for 3 with an RBI. Elias 0 for 3, but man, he tagged the ball pretty much every time, just right at someone. Ramon Lee gets a walk and scores a run. Jedediah Anger with the 2-run homer kind of cemented the win for the Outlaws. And then a 2 for 2 day for B-Buck. So he has been hot here in the playoffs. Liliana Fowler, she ends up reaching on an error on that little bunt attempt, and then she scores a run in her 2 at-bats. So we'll allow it. And good job for her as she held her own in right field. Pitching-wise, Havoc Skinner... only Havoc was for the Ungulates here as he pitches 3 1/3, 6 hits, 1 walk, 2 earned runs, and 1 home run, 2 strikeouts as well. Kate Berg came in 1 2/3, giving up only 1 hit, so she pitched really well. Her ERA drops to 5.79, which is really solid for her. Ritz Shaw gets the win. Great performance from him. He only gave up 2 hits, and one of them was that home run to power slide. 4 1/3. He battled through this one. He struck out 5 and got allowed 1 walk. Tremendous Navarro came in and was tremendous. He pitched a 1 1/3. He gets this, or 1 2/3. He gets the save. Gave up 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. Jedediah Anger with the 1 spot. Blakely power slide with the number 2. Rince Shaw number 3. So that's going to be game 1 of the championship finals. And we will head to game 2 where we go to wherever the hell the Ungulates play. And it will be Lily Dub versus Werner Walter. Lily Dub's got the loss on a very, very unfortunate game where she had no offensive support. And really struggled against the Burners, I believe. And so we'll see what she can do in this one. The offense a lot hotter than they usually are. Werner Walter with some phenomenal velocity, decent accuracy, and not much junk to work with. So we'll see what his pitching repertoire looks like as we head into that next game. That's where we're at right now. So we have a chance to win it all in the next game as we face off against the Ungulates in game 2 of the league championship finals. And we're hoping that we don't have to go to game 3, but if we do, we will find Madden Zimmerman on the mound versus Valentino Mastiff for the Ungulates. And Mastiff, I think, right now is the league leader. Nope, he got dropped all the way to 5th as Tony Centercut and Rock Quintana currently sitting at 1 and 2. Elia Costa will continue to drop as the Outlaws and Ungulates play more games. Madden Zimmerman sitting at 4 right now. It's really unfortunate. He should have that spot over Elia Costa. But Valentino Mastiff kind of working hand in hand with Madden Zimmerman. That'll be a really interesting matchup, but not one I want to look at. I don't want to watch that one. All right, well, we'll see what happens next time out as we could potentially clinch the championship, get another ring, our 2nd ring in 3 years. We'll see what happens, but again, we're not going to count our chickens before they hatch, so we're going to have to see what happens next time out. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a lot of fun in this one. The Outlaws, I'm feeling hopeful. We'll see what happens. We know what they end up doing in these critical games where they're going to be like, yeah, you know what? Let's go to game 3. We want to play one more game together. So we'll see what happens. But thank you so much for watching this one. We can't wait to see you next time. We'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.